Hello, my name is Daniel Solomon, and welcome to my portfolio review. I want to start off with a UX project I did when I was in school, and I did everything that you see. I did the research beforehand, I did the testing, um, everything that you see, I did it all. We didn't have any programmers, but um, that's okay. So the project basically is an app that allows you to make an emergency room appointment before you get there. So now the app would need the ability to search for the nearest emergency room, hospital, wherever you may be going ahead of time, so that wherever you are in the world, you can find the nearest hospital. And then once you find that hospital, you can send all your information to that hospital ahead of time, and they will send you back a QR code that, excuse me, that you can scan in once you enter the hospital at a kiosk, and then now they have you in line immediately, as you've called ahead. And so how it works is that's how you get into the hospital. It takes your insurance, your policy number, all your pharmacy information, and then when you scan in, they have software there that'll link with your app, and so when they take your vitals, they scan that into their software, and it shares it with your app, so you have that information on hand at all times, and that includes. Let me just say this is also my design system that was included in this review, as you can see. Um, so again, the route is basically drawn right here, and so you would get to find the hospital. This has the location, has your vitals from previous visits, your medications, your billing information, and the history. And so once you find the hospital, you have the hospital, you fill out your information. Now, if you fill that out ahead of time, you don't have to fill in any of this stuff. This is for like first time user screens. Obviously, if you're a member, you wouldn't have to do that. You would just log in the end, and you just would send it right to the hospital, which is even faster when if you ever have to go back. So I guess it's a good thing. Um, so then once they take you, they scan you in, and they take all your vitals, your everything they do, your diagnosis, your treatment, your prescription, doctor's notes, and they just scan everything in as they're working here, and it works with their portal that's on their computer. And so what this allows you to do is take that information to your doctor, because most people, once you go to the emergency room, you usually follow up with your doctor and things like that. So it makes everything easy. I mean, even your insurance is on there, your vitals are on there, all your medication is on there. You don't even really need a piece of paper anymore if you have this system. Although you probably would, some people still want paperwork for whatever reason. But excuse me. So this is exactly what this does, and it basically keeps all your ER visit history stored and at your fingertips. And if you need it in the future for you or your primary care or next trip to the emergency room, they're always looking for, your information. They have it. They don't have to ask you, hey, are you allergic to whatever it is? Yes, they already know, because it'll be all your information saved right there. Um, Moving on to another app that I had made. It is, let's see, sorry, I just scrolled through all this stuff. Right here, this is for people who bowl, whether you're in a league, you go with your kids, whether you're by yourself, whatever, having fun with your friends. Um, you would just, obviously, that you're gonna have to log in because you want to keep your information private. I mean, most people do. Even something like this, they just want to keep their ball. You just want somebody to open up your bowling app and, I don't know, laugh at you or just see whatever it is. So it has an option for single play, league play, family fun, your game history. So you can always go there and say, "Oh look, I'm getting better," or "Oh, I'm still as bad as I used to be." Whatever. So, and some people use that to track their league play. Hey, look, I did great. I did great this game, whatnot. So, and it also stores in your memory, like I said, with the game history. You can see right here what it would be like. It just tells you if it's single play, when you played it, what your score was. And it basically works similar to the unit that the bowling alley already has, except you have to enter in the information manually, unless the bowling alley was looking to install, the software from this app for people who haven't, which I highly doubt because there's so many bowling alleys. So you're able to enter your own information, no cheating, and you can edit it. And as you're doing it, it goes through. As you can see here in the single play, I made a little kind of like to show you how it works. So you'd be in your first frame, you enter in whatever you did, and you see it shows you right there in the game, and then you can go and edit it. There's your next frame, and then that's how it goes. These are like like a second player. You can have whatever you want to play with your family. You see there's player one, player two, and that's how each one would work. This would be before you started. This is where you tap on the frame, then you get these numbers. You got to enter them, and then submit, and then you go back to this next player, and that's just how it works. And you would be able to scroll back and forth between the screens, so there's no need for a button. It's just smooth scrolling back and forth. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I know a lot of people that do bowling. I did talk to them, and I mean, there wasn't a lot when it came to research. It was like pretty basic. Bowling is not to say that it's simple, but it's kind of simple with the stuff you got to pay attention to. Yeah, that worked really well with people, and they liked it. So I tried to keep it simple. I did use the colors of the bowling pins, red and black and white. I think most of them are that color. So the next thing I'll show you is an RC Body Art. That's the name of the website. And what it's for is for people, the person who does this, they paint and decorate RC car bodies. And it's actually a big thing. So he has his own small business, and people are always asking him to paint bodies. And now they do get destroyed. I learned that. So some people want there's actually people that want bodies that they never race with, and then there's people who want ones that look similar. They're just not as perfectly detailed because they don't want to ruin them. And then there's people who pay the price for the really good ones and then smash them. So there's all kinds. So what this website allows you to do is to go here, click on what kind of car you want. And let's see. So you scroll down, you see other photos of some work that they did. And they can put in what body they need, how many, what they want it to look like, whatever it is. It tells them how much the price is. You can add it to cart, so they can go back and maybe they want 2 different bodies for the same car. They're able to go back and add those to the cart here. And then this right here is just for your billing and your shipping. It's typical. It's very similar to most checkouts. But they wanted to have it all on one screen, so kind of did like a 3-column look to it, as you can see, and with all your options and how to submit your order. And if you need to get a hold of them, that's what I asked them. So basically, it's just you call him or you can email him, and there is a place for login and a cart. And rewards, because some people buy bodies constantly, so we wanted to be able to, reward people that use his services, long term. So, okay, so here's some website design that I did. I believe it's only this website that's on here. So I did do research on this one to look at the competition, because there's a lot of different styles out there. And I know because I actually collect these, well, not anymore, but I used to. Back in the good old days, but things are a little expensive these days. You can see by these prices. These are actual prices at the time it was made. They're just out of my range right now. So you can see, you can search here. These are now shipping, so this would be like their front page where they have like newer items. And they actually have package grading, which I learned. Didn't know that. I guess people like to have the boxes that aren't damaged. But so you can see, you can search by brand, character, price, manufacturer, genre, and category, and type and artist, which is weird because you really don't know who does a lot of these because they're done by big companies and they don't usually say who designed them. They're just put out by the companies, but they wanted that option, so got to give them what they asked for. And these are some latest releases, what's coming soon. Then I dropped the Spidey over here. I thought he looked cool, so I was like, and I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. And then we just have a little Star Wars action going on. I mean, it is pop culture, so. And you can see all the logos across the top. And yeah, so I did this entire design. I actually designed this logo too. I incorporated Spider-Man and Captain America, the Hulk, Wolverine, and I think this was from Goblin, and I'll be honest, I can't remember who this yellow one is, but you have the Star Wars lightsaber. I really, I keep looking at this and I just can't remember who the yellow one was, so I guess we could say Bumblebee on here. But so, this is just the now shipping page because you can also look at that, and then here's your when you click on something to possibly buy it, this is what it would look like. It would just have all the photos so you can scroll through them and check out all the angles and then the price, and you can put it on layaway, you can use Affirm, and so this tells you a little bit about it. And this new feature, which is new, I suppose, if you view it in your room, and it also gives you the companion pieces in case you want to complete your collection. And so this is the shopping cart. As you can see, it just has a list of who you put in your shopping cart, just like a shopping cart is supposed to be, where you can update quantity, delete the item altogether. You can put some on layaway. You can have go to checkout. It has your total. And then finally, the checkout itself, once you pay, you picked your shipping, you paid your grand total of $2,364.67. You agree to the terms, and congrats, you made it. And there's Deadpool saying, "I love you," and you just place your order right there. So it's a pretty cool looking website for sure. It sure fits, what they're what they're selling is perfect for them, and yeah, I'm very proud of the look of it. So now this is the main part of my portfolio. Those were just some of the more specific things. So I'm just going to go through these, try to go quickly. This was done for a company as a test, and they said they really liked it, but they ended up not using it. Not sure why they would like it, but never picked it. So let's move on to the next. This is a landing page for a car club in Tampa. They buy and sell, they trade, they finance. There's your store in Tampa. I believe they were going to have more than one store, so they wanted to have the option to change the location based on your, just like whenever you search any store. And then you can search down here, and they wanted like the open road, and I found this beautiful photo and I thought it was great. It's pretty cool. This is the actual landing page for the iconic collectibles that you saw the website earlier. So I just made this landing page for people buying their first order, like a little incentive. Shop now, my first hero, and then I have this little generic dude here. So let's move on. This is a landing page / home page. I mean, they didn't want to have a separate one, so I understand that. That's what they wanted. So I said, okay, I'll combine them together, which would basically be something similar without the navigation up here. Um, so there's that. Oh, and a little note: this coral is actually from my actual fish tank, because I was looking for a coral and I thought, oh, I took pictures, I already had them, so I used them and I dulled down the color a little bit so that it wouldn't overtake the beautiful colors that are used on this web page. I mean, corals are, very, very colorful and pretty, especially when you take care of them. So that's a very nice coral seller. I know I used to buy stuff there. And this is just for a designer, just wanted a simple landing page, which is weird since they're a designer, but they had me design it, so I came up with this look. I mean, this is kind of the way they described it, and they were happy with it. I mean, I barely had to do anything. I actually designed this for a card company. I don't know if you're familiar with this player, but he is amazing, and he had 50 steals, 50 home runs at some point in this season, and a 2024, 2023, 2024, whatever 2024 season. So, I mean, he's great every year, but so he's like a double threat baseball card. So I designed everything, and I found this great blue and red fire background to kind of have them, like to separate both great achievements. And so that's my original design, and it's really nice. I don't know how much he ended up with, but I mean, he had 50 at that point. He maybe had 60. I don't even know. But they won the World Series the other day, so. This I did for Best Buy, but a local Best Buy. I just happened to know somebody that knew me that worked there. They introduced me to the manager, and they wanted to make something for the Friends and Family holiday special. Just kept it simple. It was just something to hand out to people so that they could just quickly glance and get all the information. And you can see it from back in 2010, 2011. So that was quite a long time ago. This is actually old too. I made this for Fantastic Sam's. They were trying to attack younger clients, and they wanted something to do with the casino. So they just said, this is they gave me the deals they wanted, and they said, just make something. We don't have any idea. We just know we want it to be like a casino. So I went in and I hand drew everything you see. All that 3D stuff was drawn by hand, except for this phone. So I had to draw it and make it, so you can see through it, so it looks like a green, those clear dice. So except for that photo, I had to draw everything. Like all these holes had to be cut out manually. All these light bulbs were placed manually. I mean, I just wanted to make it look like you're in Vegas. They were happy with it, extremely happy with it. But again, this is like an older looking piece because it is older. Things change over time and trends change, so you got to stay up with them. But at the time this was made, this was great. Everybody there loved it, and there was a lot of people in that room, and they all were really happy with it. So I was a proud moment for me. This I actually made kind of reason for this company as just a sample. And what they do is they help investors, so I just came up with always there for the assist, and we know that's something in basketball, so I got their logo and put it on a basketball. It's pretty nice looking. It's very professional looking little piece of promotional piece, as well as this next one, turning cents into dollars, and I just put their logo in and gave it like a little 3D look to it. I'll have to actually show you this first. I designed this for this company, Zipa. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's for snoring, anti-snoring mouthpiece. It's one of the originals. I mean, there's so many nowadays, but when they came out, it was like fairly new. And I was making this for them, excuse me, and they loved it. Everybody loved it. And then I hate to give bad news on my own stuff, but at the last minute, the art director just said no. he wanted to go with a celebrity sports figure. I can't remember exactly who, but so they went with that. And they ditched my stuff, and I know because I got to know a lot of people there, and they were just not happy. Everybody was expecting this to be like their new thing, and that's where this comes because there was the cancer version. Like in support of cancer. So I just redid everything in the pink, and it's a pretty complicated piece of work. This was a mixture of Photoshop, Illustrator, and then my screen that I can draw on with a pen. It was like a combo of all three things mixed together, just to make it look the way it looks. So it's a lot of work. I don't want to say for nothing, but it was a lot of work. Let me just tell you. I was a little disappointed, I have to say. I even came up with this defending your sleep one snore at a time. I thought it was, there's to help you stop snoring, so that's what I came up with. This is one of my favorite pieces I ever made. It just was for this eye center. It was a billboard. I still love it when I look at it today. I don't think, it's almost, I have to say, this is going to sound weird, but it's like timeless, because you could use this a long time ago, you could use this in 10 years from now. It's not going to ever age. It's always going to look modern and fresh, and it's just always going to be something you could put up on a billboard, and nobody's going to be like, who made that old looking thing? Because it's really a timeless looking piece, and it was a very big hit with that company because I made a bunch of them for them, and it was like, when I went in there, because I did a lot of posters and stuff for them, that's all everybody wanted to talk about was these eyes that they saw when they were driving down the road. And so I was actually in the store next door to where this was the Target, and I heard somebody say, "Did you see that sign outside with the eyes?" And I was like, "Yeah." In my head, I'm like, "Yeah, I made that." So it's pretty cool. It's too bad it's still not there, but it's a beautiful piece to me and to many. I don't know. It's very simple, but it sure says a lot. So let's move on to the next. This is just the logo that was on that website you saw earlier for Iconic Collectibles. I really like this logo very much. I know you saw it before, but I can't. When I look at it, I just look at it. I just like it. It's original for sure. This just made for this place. Again, it's another one of those places that was a design studio, and they had me design it. I don't know why they didn't just make it themselves, but I actually love this logo. It's very intricate. There's a lot of lines in there that you can't probably see in this video. You'd have to zoom in to see, and this is all done in Illustrator. There's a ton of different lines of color in there to give it the look it has. This was another Coral Shop. It's one of my favorites. It's really nice. I mean, this is a beautiful logo, and the man that I did it for, he was really happy when I revealed this to him. Basically, it was more than he thought it was going to look like. Because, and this is in it, the way he explained to me was there's a lot of logos are just one-dimensional looking, and this one was like multi-dimensional, bright colors, easy to read, hard to forget. This is his words, not mine. He was very happy with it. I mean, I think it's good. He thought it was better than I do, but I do this kind of stuff, so, I guess I'm used to looking at things like that. But I was happy, he was happy. This is a little older. This is for Florida Tropical Getaways. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. I don't follow them. But it was what it is. It was basically the top of their webpage, and they turned it into a lot of stuff. At the time, I'll be honest with you, I tried to tell them, look, you need to do something a little different if you're going to be applying this to a lot of different media. But they insisted on having these flowers in the back, and I get it for the website, but there was other stuff we did, and I just had to keep finding a way to get these flowers involved. So sometimes you can try to give advice, but you can try. I did this for free. Not that that matters, but the story is that my kids actually were going there to learn how to play a few instruments, and I used to sit there through their lessons, and I got to know some of the people there, and you know, you're there for an hour, so you just talk to the people, and so I offered to do a logo for free because theirs was, it just needed to be redone, and they said okay, so I did it, and I didn't have to fix anything. They took it the way it was, and I think it looks pretty good. It's Rising Star. You get the rising music with the star in the background, a couple stars, and just what they do and what they have. Pretty simple. This is just the logo to the website you saw before. I don't think there's any. I don't know if there's any bubbles on the webpage. I'm sorry, I forgot, but just a few air bubbles just to give it a little extra flair. This I did. I knew this person. I actually met them because I used to go running. I used to go running like in a many events around the country for like rock and roll marathon stuff like that. You may or may not have heard of it. So I met this guy because I used to just see him like, hey, I remember you. So we got to know each other a little bit. And he was a professional massage for sports massage, and he just happened to say, oh, I'm looking for a logo, and I was like, really? I do that. So he's like, all he said was, I just wanted red and blue and white, like red, white, and blue, and for men and women. And he took this one. First of all the other ones, I probably would have went with the blue ring with the red highlight, but it's his choice. He took the one with the red ring with the blue highlight. Both of them are fine, but I'm more like the blue is more my style with the red ring. Oh, this guy, he almost changed my life. I swear, he sold shoes, like lots. But he used to trade them for Bitcoin as well, and he used to tell me, "Oh, you should buy Bitcoin. It's only like 50 cents." I remember it was like $1.50, something cheap. And I was like, "Nah, I don't know about all that." And boy, did I make a mistake. I don't know how many Bitcoins he ever got, but maybe enough that he is floating around an island right now, still drinking stuff. Like a martini. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in so long. It'd be nice to ask him one day, but I'd probably never see him again. This is just a simple Suncoast Ad Designs LLC with a bird. I did draw that bird, because sometimes you'll get a graphic and it's just not exactly how you want it. So you got to be able to draw it. And I gave it a nice little stroke that's orange and turns yellow. The opposite of the sun. That's orange up here and yellow down here. I like to do that sometimes. It's like the little yellow around the words and the white around the blue. Just little touches that don't take much time, and I just feel like they add to the design. Because if there was no color around the letters, would it look good? Sure, but not as good. And it's a very small thing you do, and it takes, no time at all. Oh, this travel life. All I can tell you is the lady that I did this for, she just said, I want a logo that's rainbowy and that shows travel. And so I thought of, I don't know why I thought of a hitchhiker with the pole in the bag, and I threw this idea together, and immediately she loved it. I did have to make a couple little changes, but not much. I mean, the one thing I learned is sometimes everything doesn't look how you like it, but if this is what the company wants, you can only push them so far, is how I feel. And I can't spend a week arguing with somebody about their logo, so I kind of, there's a little give and take, give my thoughts to a point. You got to know who you're talking to. Some people don't want to hear it, and some people are very easy to talk to. So this has the beveled letters with the borders of all different colors, and it is pretty cute, I guess, but she loved it, so I was happy. She was happy. I like to see the people happy. That's the most important thing for me. This is for a person that writes books. This is their name they write under. I don't know how many they have now. I know they have other books out there, but I designed this. It's got the lady and the man symbol, and then they just meet in the middle here with the little rainbows. I mean, this is with there's a butterfly. Sorry about that. There's a butterfly on there. It's exactly what they wanted. I mean, they were super happy. So was I, because I kind of know them a little bit, and I'd like to make sure they're happy with what I do for them. This is just a realtor wanted something fancy. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. It's all his info. I did not design anything but the ad itself. I put it together for them. I don't know what they used it for. Probably social media. I mean, it does have an old date, but it wasn't done that long ago. Seems like a lot of realtors I meet, they like to keep records even if they're old. So, let's see. Okay, this is just part of a series of a logo I did for a company, and I did it in the different colors for the simple reason is that it doesn't take much time to just change the colors around, and some people wouldn't hate it in green and yellow, but they would love it in this blue on blue. So I like to give them a different look, mix things up on all these. There's a couple more of them of the same company with a different symbol. Just like this one, somebody may hate the green, love the blue, love the red, hate the blue. If I can just change some colors around and give them a new look at the same design, I don't see why not. It's not a lot of time spent doing it. And you just might find something that somebody likes. Same with these, the same design, just on black on white with the colors so they can see what it looks like against the, because not everything you do is going to be on black or white. It might be on white sometimes, it might be on black. So when I'm designing, I don't like to make stuff that doesn't look good on black and white, at least somewhat, because chances are it's going to be on one of those two colors more than any other color. And same with these ones, black, white, same thing. These are very detailed if you were to look in close at them. Let's see what's next. This was for social media, but it was like a test for the company. I don't know much about it except for I got the instructions and I made it and they were happy, and I designed it was my design to do this. So I love it for what it is. Yes, it's pretty cool, and all the colors in the layout are great. Just another logo design. Let's see what else. This is actually from a website that I built that I would like to show as well. It is here. So this website right here, as you can see, is called Suncoast Savings. That logo you saw here is what they use outside of their website, I believe they said. So this is their homepage. I did this in Webflow. I taught myself how to use Webflow just to make their website because they wanted it. And I said, okay. So this right here, what this represents is all the types of businesses that are going to, any kind of business you could think of. You can see them all over. And they're all connected for a reason, because businesses helping businesses through network advertising. So what that means is when you come in here and this place right here, I actually eat there. And they're really good pizza. And I'll tell you a secret right now. This pizza is my actual pizza. I took a picture of it for the advertisement. I ain't gonna lie. I actually had to put a piece back because I got hungry. So I did. And so, for example, when you come here to see their special. What happens is this: if you go into the Pizza Pie, you order, they give you a card from Suncoast Savings to go to the website to get their special. And then while you're there, guess what? You're gonna see all these other businesses, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, well, I want my lawn sprayed too." And you're gonna be like, 5% off my first service. All right, with online bill pay, cool. I'm gonna go there. And so now this company is also gonna give out cards to this website. And so when somebody's coming here to get the deal from CTH, you're going to be like, oh, going postal, I can get 10% off my shipping. Oh, I want rims. You know, what's down here? There's a couple repeaters because they pay to be there. Oh, look, a gun place. I want to get 25% off my first range use. You know, so, and then each one of these is also like inside here, which you see, these are just placeholders. Now, I did design all this stuff. You may not agree with the colors here, but I just didn't want every spot to just be the boring same, so I just kind of mixed up the colors. I kind of, whatever. I mixed what I thought looked cool, because they were empty. So that's how this website works. So now when you're an advertiser, you're getting free promotion or free, time in front of people because the pizza place is giving a deal. So they're like, hey, come visit our deal on the website. And when you come there, you'll see this place. I made this too. I had to redraw the logo, get a better rim, because it was the one they sent me was beyond fuzzy. They don't know the rules. They don't know anything about resolution and anything. That's my job. So I grabbed this car and I put it together. Man, this guy freaked out. He was so happy with his ad because I don't know, he loved it. So he's a nice guy too. Same with this place. This guy right here, he's cool. I had to meet with him. I just designed this whole thing. I just put his little deal in there. I took their info, got their logo. I did this little tag for them with a little yellow smile. I said, the smile needs to brush his teeth. I'm kidding. But yeah, and they put their little use code, blah, 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 in person. You just give them the Web 10 code in person. You save 10% off your shipping. I mean, can't argue with that. So yeah, this is a website. I built this in Webflow, and it does have other pages like to tell you how it works. We'll create your ad or be placed on the website. You give your customers the mini cards we supply you with, and then the customers from all the advertisers will now find you and other businesses for discounts as well, which in turn brings you money. So yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. I was glad to be a part of it. Has the About Us and then the simple contact page. Typical, hey, blah, 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 I want to advertise, whatever they want to say. So just to wrap up my portfolio, there's only a little bit left here. These are social media for luxury apartments, not apartments, luxury real estate sales. And so it's just a few social media. Now, I'm not sure if they were ever used. I can't say that 100%. I just know that I had to make them. And this, like everything else you see in the video exam, you can see my ability to use colors and text and photos to make something pretty nice. I'm not saying not everybody, but as a designer, I take pride in how my stuff looks. Like I wouldn't show this if I didn't know that it was good. Like I know this is good. Sorry, I don't mean to sound whatever. I just know my work is good, so I just want to bring that point up. So, when you look at this, if you didn't know, now you know that it's a good design, and that's a big house. Boy, I can't even imagine. So, moving on, there's a couple more. This one, I don't know what's up in the back. Is that like their Coliseum? I don't know. It's just a big house. I don't know what the commission is on these, but it's got to be big. And then this is a different size for a different social media thing. That's more mine, like not too big, but nice. Now the next thing is just a couple more logos that I did as a test for another company. Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. My mistake. This is two more social media that were given to me to do. I was just given information, no graphics. And I was told what it had to say and to get my own graphics. And I even put my own little watermark in there of the Department of Justice. That was a touch I thought looked cool. They didn't ask for it, but I just threw it in there. And this one has it too, a little seal on the bottom over here. And it was just information about around the country. So I found this map. I did not draw it. That'd be crazy. So I found this map and I just use this color for all the specific cities. I think that these cities were like the top 6. Not really. Or no, they were where the actual crackdowns took place. That's what it was. So I was like, let me highlight them in gold. I thought it was, pretty good. So now this is the logos coming up. So it's just one design. It's more of a rebranding of their logo. If I have to be honest, I like mine far better. And the last one I did that I'm going to show you is amazing. It's like one of my favorite logos I ever made. This is just another look at it in different colors. It was pretty cool though. Kind of looks like that thing you would put like your pot on when you're making spaghetti. But moving on. Their logo originally was the words "crushing on the planet," and so I was like, how can I change that? And so I just, what I will say is I should have made the hand and the glove a little smaller. It's a little tight area in here, but I was just in a super hurry to get these done at the last second. Now I see it now, so don't hold that against me. I know better than that, but still, I thought it was cool because now he's crushing the earth with his hand. So, and then I think this is the last one, my favorite. Oh no, the next one. It's the same thing. You'll see. So this is really, I love this one. It's on a dark gray, so you can see like the shadow. It's pretty cool. I love the way I put a gradient on the strokes here, so that it's kind of like it's moving, looking. It gives it a little action where some of the stroke is white, then it gets silvery and then dark, and you're not sure, is it like glistening? I don't know. It's one of my favorite designs. It is, as you can tell by my excitement. So this next one, the big difference is this little V at the bottom. I don't know. It's kind of like finishes it off for me. Should the white spread out even wider? Maybe a little bit, so it covers under all the way to the end of the word on both sides. But again, that CV, that's, I don't want to say any words that make me sound childish, but it's pretty cool. I love it. And hopefully you do too. So that's the last thing I wanted to show on my portfolio. So those are, I've been doing this for like 24 years, and there's much more that didn't make it into my portfolio because a lot of the stuff I did back in the day, there was no, I am that old. Sometimes it just wasn't, the internet wasn't what it is now. Nobody was really putting their portfolio online. I never would have thought to save stuff for digital work. Because it wasn't that big. You got to think the internet came out when I just started working in this, pretty much. So, but I did end up saving a lot. I can't put everything online. Try to pick some of the best stuff, and I just wanted to make this video to show my work and be able to talk about it, and not just have somebody look through a bunch of photos and wonder what they're looking at. There's more to the photo than just a picture of someone's work. There's a story behind all of it, and I think trying to type it is still not giving you the full story, because it's better to hear from the horse's mouth. So so that is my portfolio. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you can kind of see how my mind works, and maybe it's something you like. You get, like I said, you're looking at my work and you're like, wow, what is this? And then now you have a little bit of a story behind each piece, and it kind of maybe softens what you're looking at, give you a better idea of, like I said, how I think, how I do my work. And that's why I wanted to make this video, to allow you to see my stuff and hear from me, because otherwise you may never even get a chance to talk to me about anything I do. And I appreciate your time watching this video, and I hope to speak with you soon. Thank you very much.